This is Dropping Eves reporting for the Brawdol Gazzette. I'm here in the Forsaken Forest to investigate reports of strange, misshapen creatures and unholy spirits breaking through from the Deadlands and clawing their way back from the grave. And this time, I've been assured it's not just Juby on a mad one. I'm here, near their sunken city, to interview local lunatic Tom Greenway, who claims to be the creator of Tauber and all that dwells within it. And if this is the case, surely he's got the inside scoop on what's happening here. Let's find out.
So, Mr. Greenway, who are these misbegotten creatures? And why, in Gary's name, have you seen fit to release them into the wild to sow chaos, fear, and mild panic across the nation?
So the Shades is our brand new fourth faction. We've got our Commonwealth, our Lesher Vault, our Dominion. They're all completely different in style, but there is one major trope in fantasy that we haven't covered yet, and that is undead. Or as we like to call them, thanks Jerry, fun dead, because we've put a whole Moonstone flavour on undead. Basically, there's elements of medieval Hieronymus Bosch kind of paintings of hell kind of coolness going on. There's little tiny hints of humour, slightly Scooby-Doo in places. You know, Moonstone's well known for being a fun game, and we wanted to make an undead faction that was equally as fun as our other factions.
Well, I think we'll have to go to one of our comrades in the Great Library to translate that back into common, but thank you for trying there, Tom. Now, it's been said that one of these creatures has a hat that is indeed mighty fine. Should Baron von Fancy Hat be worried?
Yes, that's true. Baron von Fancy Hat may no longer have the fanciest hat in Tauber. So Jerry Air is one of our, quite frankly, ridiculous new models. He has a ridiculous hat and an interesting posterior. We've had so much fun designing all these incredible new designs. We've worked with some spectacular art, well, one in particular spectacular artist, and I'm so proud of the sculpts that we've got. They're really, really cool. So if you've seen Hieronymus Bosch paintings of hell with these really weird characters, kind of, you know, eggs on legs and things like that, and those medieval manuscripts where they've sort of drawn these ridiculous drawings in the margins, we wanted to kind of get some of that fun into Moonstone. So we brought these characters called psychopomps, which are these crazy little creatures that have been released from the Deadlands.
Wow! I'm willing to bet good money that a lot of those aren't real words there, Tom. Now, speaking of money, can you shed any light on the fact that the financial interests within the sunken city have changed dramatically recently? Where before the price of condos has been dead for many years, these days it could almost be said to be reanimating itself.
So we wanted the Shades of Moonreach to have, as well as a really cool visual identity, a really interesting new way to play as well. So one of the key things is reanimation. Moonstone normally has this ubiquitous healing ability, which all the other factions have got. There is little bits and pieces of healing in this faction, but they lean really heavily into reanimate. And there's an awful lot of abilities which get stronger after a friendly character has died. So it's a very interesting way to play. You're not worried about your characters dying. In fact, sometimes you want them to, and you bring them back, and it's interesting little engines that you can build. We've also got these psychopomps, which are just weird characters that have emerged from the Deadlands and are having a jolly good time. They're excellent if they die, because that can help you out with some of the abilities that care about whether friendly models have died. And our spirits lean quite heavily into debuffing, cursing, and putting nasty effects on the opponent that layer up over the course of the game.
Truly, the ramblings of a madman there. Is there any truth that the emergence of these shades has caused such infrastructure problems across Tauber that we could be facing a tea cake shortage worse than the great unbutchering of 908?
So we've done Kickstarters before. We're very conscious of getting rewards out to backers quickly. So we've got all the art done this time, and previous backers will know that we do follow very closely the art to the sculpts. We've got a good bulk of the sculpts done, and they are looking absolutely fantastic. Our production lines are quite well established now. We've got a brilliant casting partner, so it's a really, really great time for people to get into Moonstone if they aren't already. And if you are already, you'll be familiar with kind of how good our sculpts are these days. And you know, we're going to try and get this out to backers as quickly as we possibly can, because you know, we want to see this on the tabletop. We want to see people playing with these models and enjoying them. So yeah, hopefully people can join us on this journey.
All I heard there is, yes, there will be a tea cake shortage, so start your panic buying now. My final question is, if you are indeed the creator of Tauber and everyone that resides within it, why is my name so damn silly?
This Kickstarter has been so much fun to work on. We have a lot of fun with creative naming. But we also have a lot of fun working on the lore, trying to flesh out the background of these characters. Susie's done a fantastic job of that. We have so much fun working on the play style. You know, it's all come together really nicely, or it's starting to come together. We've obviously got the last few bits of play testing and bits of lore to flesh out, but I think this is going to be a really, really fun faction.
So, there we have it. Tea cake production down, condo prices up. And is the Forbidden King really back to wreak havoc? Or did the Gazette's Crystal Ball channel simply have 10 minutes to spare between the weather and the sports? The only way we'll find out is by backing this boot starter thingy and seeing where it goes. Back to the studio where Bob Bobbington has some interesting news about the Gimbal clan. Where do we go from here? How do I get out? I'm not sure where I am.
It's this way.
Why is that guy got a horse's head? That's pretty bad. Don't take it off. Don't take it off. Put it back on.